Imagine if you lived in a house where you never took out the trash. For a day or two, it's fine. But after a week, a month, 10 years, it would become toxic. The hallways would be blocked, and the house would eventually become unlivable. For decades, scientists believed your brain was the only organ in your body that didn't have a physical way to clean itself. We knew the body had the lymphatic system to drain waste, but the brain seemed disconnected from it. But we were wrong. It turns out, your brain has a hidden dishwasher mode, a secret plumbing system that literally power washes your brain cells while you sleep. But here's the scary part. This system only works when you are in a very specific stage of deep sleep. If you are cutting your sleep short, getting 6 hours instead of 8, you aren't just tired. You are interrupting the wash cycle and leaving toxic waste, specifically a protein linked to Alzheimer's, to rot inside your skull.
Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we are diving into one of the most fascinating discoveries in modern neuroscience, the glymphatic system. If you're the type of person who wears the "I only need 6 hours of sleep" badge of honor, this video might actually save your life, or at least save your brain.
Here is the reality. Being awake is low-level brain damage. Just by existing, thinking, and moving, your neurons produce metabolic waste. It's the price of doing business. For years, we didn't know how the brain got rid of this waste. But recently, researchers discovered that your brain has a dedicated night shift janitor. When you close your eyes, your brain doesn't just turn off. It actually changes its physical structure to flush out toxins.
Today, we are going to break down exactly how this works, the critical link to amyloid beta and Alzheimer's, and why that 6-hour mark is the danger zone. Plus, stay tuned until the end, because I'm going to give you 2 specific protocols, including the 3-hour kitchen rule, to make sure your brain's janitor can do its job tonight.
So, let's start with the discovery. Why did it take us so long to find this? Well, up until about 2012 or 2013, if you looked at a medical textbook, it would tell you the brain recycles its own waste. The brain is incredibly dense, packed tight with neurons and blood vessels. There is no room for a second set of pipes like the lymphatic system found in the rest of your body. But a team of researchers, led by Dr. Maiken Nedergaard, noticed something strange in mice. They published a groundbreaking paper in the journal Science in 2013 that changed everything. They found that the brain does have a waste clearance network, but it piggybacks on your blood vessels. They called it the glymphatic system, a nod to the glial cells that manage it, and the lymphatic function it performs. Here is the key finding from that research. This system is almost completely dormant while you are awake. When you are awake, your brain is busy processing information, moving muscles, and keeping you alive. It's like a busy restaurant during the lunch rush. The staff can't mop the floors while customers are everywhere. But the study showed that the glymphatic system becomes approximately 2 times more efficient during natural sleep compared to when you are awake. It is a night shift operation. The brain waits until you are offline to bring in the cleaning crew. If you don't go offline, the crew never comes in. Now, this is where the mechanics get absolutely wild. How does the brain wash itself if it's packed so tight? The research shows that during deep, slow-wave sleep, your brain cells, specifically the glial cells, actually shrink. They reduce in size by up to 60%. Think about that. The physical matter of your brain shrinks to create space. This expands the interstitial space, the gaps between your cells. Once those floodgates open, cerebrospinal fluid, CSF, pulses through the brain tissue. It's literally a hydraulic wash cycle. This fluid rushes through, picks up metabolic waste, and flushes it out into the bloodstream to be filtered by the liver and kidneys. What exactly is it washing away? The biggest concern is a protein called amyloid beta. You've probably heard of this. Amyloid beta is a metabolic byproduct that, if left to accumulate, clumps together to form sticky plaques. These plaques are the hallmark pathology of Alzheimer's disease. When we look at the experimental data, we see that amyloid beta is cleared much more rapidly during sleep. But it's not just any sleep. This hydraulic washing is strongly coupled to slow-wave sleep, that deep restorative stage where you are dead to the world. If you don't get enough of that deep sleep, the fluid can't pulse through, and that sticky amyloid beta stays right where it is. Over days, it's negligible. Over decades, it's a disaster. This brings us to the crucial question of duration. Why can't you just sleep for 6 hours and call it a day? Think of the glymphatic system like a washing machine. A full cycle takes time. You have the soak, the wash, the rinse, and the spin. If you have a heavy load of laundry, which your brain definitely is after a long day of thinking, and you stop the machine 75% of the way through the cycle, the clothes aren't clean. They're just wet and soapy. Research from the Rotterdam study, which followed over 300 dementia-free adults for nearly 8 years, gave us some frightening insights. They found that people with fragmented sleep rhythms, meaning they weren't getting that consolidated, continuous block of rest, had higher amyloid beta signals in their brain scans. Even independent of total time in bed, the quality and continuity mattered. But duration is the gatekeeper. Multiple longitudinal studies have reported that chronic sleep duration of 6 hours or less is associated with a significantly higher risk of cognitive decline. Here is the nuance. We don't have a study that says, sleep exactly 6 hours and X happens versus 8 hours. But the evidence indicates that getting enough consolidated slow-wave sleep is much more likely when you have a sleep opportunity of 7 to 8 hours. If you cut your sleep to 6 hours, you are often cutting off the tail end of your sleep cycles, or compressing the time available for that deep, slow-wave cleaning to occur. You are essentially firing the janitor before he's finished sweeping the hallway. So we know the night shift janitor needs time, and he needs deep sleep. How do we help him do his job? I want to give you 2 specific, actionable habits you can start tonight to maximize your glymphatic clearance. Protocol 1. The thermal trigger. To enter deep, slow-wave sleep, the phase where brain cells shrink by 60%, your core body temperature needs to drop by about 2 to 3 degrees Fahrenheit. If your room is too hot, your body struggles to dump heat, and you will stay in lighter stages of sleep, preventing the wash cycle. Research suggests keeping your bedroom between 65 and 68 degrees Fahrenheit, about 18-20 degrees Celsius. It feels cold, yes, but that chill is a signal to your brain that it's safe to enter deep hibernation mode. Protocol 2. The 3-hour kitchen rule. This is vital. You need to stop eating 3 hours before bed. Why? Because digestion is metabolically expensive. If you eat a heavy meal and go straight to sleep, blood flow is diverted to your gut to process food. Remember, the glymphatic system relies on blood vessel pulsing and fluid dynamics. You don't want your body fighting a war on 2 fronts, digesting a burger and cleaning your brain. Give your body a break. If you go to bed with an empty stomach, your body can prioritize the brain's waste clearance network rather than the gut's digestion network. We used to think sleep was just a passive state, a time where nothing happened. Now we know it is the most active, critical maintenance period your body has. Every night, you have a choice. You can prioritize that 7 to 8 hour window and let the janitor clean up the mess, or you can skip it and let the waste pile up. The science on amyloid beta and Alzheimer's is complex, but the takeaway here is simple. Sleep is not a luxury. It is a biological necessity for a clean brain. If you found this breakdown helpful, please hit that like button. It helps the algorithm get this life-saving info to more people. And let me know in the comments. Do you struggle more with falling asleep or staying asleep? I read every comment. Don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into human biology. I'll see you in the next one. Sleep well.